your lives filled with meaning. But you've heard that studying at LSMU is hard, right? Well, sorry, but this is true. But you could handle it, right? So imagine, you come to these beautiful, top-notch facilities where the brightest and toughest minds come to study a lot. It seems insanely interesting to learn how healthcare systems work, or mixing up dozens of ingredients, or figuring out what animals really need. It seems you got confident enough with theory, but then you find yourself in contact with the real thing. But you are tough, right? And now you find yourself going at it harder than ever. You put in hundreds of hours preparing yourself for the real thing. Gaining some practical skills isn't easy. You think nobody does it better than you, but be careful with such thoughts. Just prove to yourself that you can be a pro 24/7 if needed. All of your strength. Late nights. You gave it. You gave it fully.
You gave it.
But none of that seems enough.
But none of that seems enough.
Maybe it's just too hard for you.
Maybe it's just too hard for you. You know?
Should you quit?
Should you quit?
If you stop believing,
If you stop believing, you fail.
No, you will not fail. No number of pages is too much. You must keep going. The moment of truth has only come now. Now is the time to push yourself to the max.
Now is the time to push yourself to the max.
Now, could it also be you?
Could it also be you?
There's only one way to find out.
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you, Siham. Just I do ask, does the office in India, do they hear us? Because we want presentation to be on the screen. Yeah. Does office hear us? Hello.
Yeah.
So, is it possible, if you do hear us, is it possible to move on the screen our presentation? Okay, so thank you. So, so we are starting our short presentation from the Lithuanian University of Health Sciences. So firstly, I want to introduce who will participate in this webinar. So my name is Ruta and I am an admission officer. Here is my colleague Milda. She is responsible for visa issue and all other migration issues. And today in our meeting, we do have our student who came to study at our university from India. So her name is Siham and family name Shamsuddin. She's a fifth-year medical student. So Siham, maybe you'll say some words now shortly to present yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Siham. I'm from India. I'm from Tamil Nadu. And ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to do medicine because I think helping people is amazing. And I want to be someone who wants to help people and save people's lives. And of course, I wanted to go to a very good uni. I have my family in Europe, so I wanted to come to Europe. So I was thinking maybe Baltic countries. And among that, I figured out LSMU had a very good reputation, and people who graduated from LSMU were successful in their lives and everything. So I chose LSMU and I chose here to come here. And I think that's one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, because the amount of opportunities and the exposure that I've got from this uni is just amazing. Just to name a few, in our university, we have this program called Erasmus Plus, which allows you to travel to another country for an entire academic year or more, and you can go there and study. So I got an opportunity to go to France for one full academic year. And initially I was scared when I was in France, because I was like, would I know enough? Because France is known for its healthcare system and everything. So I wasn't sure if I would be able to adapt there. But the knowledge, the practical skills that I gained from LSMU was more than enough. Like I got opportunities to do so many stuff in France. I got the opportunity to assist in surgeries. I got the opportunity to do thoracentesis and everything. It was amazing. And in LSMU, you're not just focused only in studies. You also have so many other student clubs like ASN, ICOSA, EMSA, and so many things where you could like join, and you're able to do a lot of extracurricular activities. So it's been amazing for me here, and I would recommend everyone to choose LSMU, because not only you gain studies, but you also gain a lot of exposure, and you come to meet a lot of international students. You get to know about a lot of culture and everything. It's amazing.
Okay, Siham, so thank you very much. You made a very nice introduction. So you spoke it like emotionally as well, presenting the facts. What did you pass and how did you study at our university and even went to Erasmus exchange. Now shortly I'll introduce the university as usually we are introducing to our future students. So firstly, we'll speak, I'll tell you what we'll speak. So it will be some words about university, why to study at our university, how to apply to our university, and shortly introduce how many international students do we have and where we are going the practice. It means university hospital. So why LSMU? Why students are so happy at our university? So shortly.
Sure. Why is that?
So Siham, now I will speak.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. So thank you. Now I'll a little bit introduce. Okay, I'll make a short presentation, Siham. Thank you. Yeah. So shortly, what maybe didn't Siham tell to you, but I'll tell you just theoretical issues about university. So we have two academies: medical academy and veterinary academy. So if you're interested in treatment of human beings, of course you are welcome on our medical academy, where we do have 5 faculties for medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, nursing, and public health. In veterinary academy, there are only 2 faculties, that for veterinary medicine and for animal science. As you see on the right part of the slide, that there are a lot of hospitals that are related as well to human being treatment and to animals. So for people, we have like Kauno Klinikos, that is the largest hospital in the Baltic states, Kaunas Hospital, and as well the training centers. And as you see on the lowest corner on the right, that we're already starting to prepare students to our university. So it's a kindergarten, it's a primary school, and a gymnasium as high school. And veterinary academy has 2 clinics. It's for small animals and for large animals. Study programs that are proposed for our students, and all these programs that were listed on the slide are available in English. So for medicine, for dentistry, for veterinary medicine, for pharmacy, we have integrated study programs. And they, as you see on the slide, medicine and veterinary medicine takes 6 years for studies, dentistry and pharmacy 5 years. For bachelor degree, there are 5 programs as nursing, occupational therapy, health psychology, physiotherapy, medical and veterinary genetics. For master degrees, we do propose 8 programs. It's more, and the duration of studies is only 2 years. So these who already were awarded a bachelor's degree in any of other universities in the world, and of course in India, so they are welcome to apply to master degree programs. What students get at university? So maybe not maybe, I'm sure that our students will confirm it, that you are getting a very good student support and individual care. You are integrated you are getting like integrated study programs and research and practice. And you may do practice in the largest clinical hospital in Baltic States, as already had mentioned. Our academic groups were small, only 10 people in one group. So as do you have lectures in large auditoriums, so all practice works and labs will go in small student groups of 10 people. As well, you'll meet a multicultural student community, and the university studies are of a high quality, and they do comply with European Union standards for all the universities. As well as it was mentioned by our students that we have an extensive mobility programs that you will go to do some part of your studies in various universities around Europe. And as well, there are transfer possibilities. If you are studying 1, 2, or 3 years at our university and you do not like it, or due to another reason, so you may transfer our credits to another university and it will be completely accepted. So student support, as you see, as it is listed on the slide, that when freshmen are coming to our university, so mentors are assigned to them. They're helping in each their step as in university and in the city life too. As well, we have 2 psychologists who are assisting our students for free, and medical assistants, because as we are a medical university, so of course you are always welcome to visit our clinics or polyclinics, as we call it in our country, and to get a medical assistance. As already you're studying on the second or other years, and you're getting already more information about our university, and you are welcome to join a group of student ambassadors who are participating in such a webinars, who are participating in open days, and they are like becoming like university ambassadors around the world. As well, we do great work with our alumni who are already graduated and practicing in the many countries in the world, and they're as well some kind of our ambassadors. Okay, so, and maybe I'll not go to the details about the registration week and freshers camp. So all these things you will meet when you arrive to our university. So let's some words about international students. So as you see at the moment, our university has 1,027 students coming from 78 countries and 62 students coming for exchange. This data is for the last year, and maybe it will seem for you that it's not a lot for exchange, but it was caused because of the pandemic and students were not able to come and from other European countries due to very strict requirements of pandemic. But in any case, our international students are making even more than 20% of all the students studying at our university. So this schedule, this chart shows from which country students are coming, and in red we marked India. So it's a pity maybe now for you, but it's not. India is not the top country at the moment. We have the most students are coming from Israel, Sweden, and Germany. But as you see, it's not so very bad. India is on the 4th place. So please join our university, and you'll become a member of this great international community that students are coming from even 78 countries. And this is a tree of our study programs. So you see that top branches of this tree is medicine, that we have 870 international students, veterinary medicine, odontology, pharmacy, and when its branches are going below, there are other programs that we are maybe not very much popular, but they are becoming popular, as for example, for Bachelor studies. So it's increasing number of students applying to physiotherapy, to nursing, into master's degrees. So it's management of public health, applied public health. As well, it was new programs introduced maybe some 2 years ago. It was health psychology in bachelor and in master's degree. And the applications are increasing and increasing in these programs. So as well, maybe you don't want to be like a direct doctor, directly treat people. So you may even choose these programs that are related to medicine, related to assistance to people, but they are not directly going to hospital. So there is an avenue to understand how many years universities already giving lectures in English for international students and how many alumni we already have. So since we started our international studies 30 years ago, so we already have more than 1,280 students that already graduated as successfully practicing in various countries of the world. So that maybe you could be surprised that the top country of graduates is Lebanon, but Lebanon was the first country who started to come to our country, and that's why we have a lot of alumni from this country. As red is marked in red is India, so it's not a lot, but I suppose that you started studies at our university and this number will increase and the red line will go up on our flow chart. Yeah. So how to apply, how to join our university and to become one of a member of our alumni member after 5 or 6 years. So firstly, you shall go to university website and it's easy to find a button, apply now. Clicking on it, you are opening the platform that is called Dream Apply, and it's on internet, it's called apply.lsmuni.lt, and you're starting your journey. You are creating the account, filling up your personal data, and attaching the copies of education documents, all documents you have. So filled up and submitted application appears on the platform of the university, and then you shall wait for an answer, a feedback from university officers. So it may take 1 or 2 days and you are getting a feedback. If all the documents that you provided are acceptable for us, so you are getting a positive feedback and university asks you to pay application fee. If your documents are provided in a clear position and if you had graduated the exact Indian school that is already completed, the schools are completely recognized in our country, so your application may go on freely. But if there are some not clear questions or something, and it could be that we should send your education documents to the Center for Quality Assessment in Higher Education, which will provide in some 2 weeks, they are providing the evaluation of your education documents, and usually it's a positive answer. So as we are getting a positive answer and you are paying application fee, You are supposed to register for entrance test if you are applying for integrated study programs. For bachelor degree, at the moment, entrance test is not required, and for master's degree too. So, if you are required to sit entrance test, you are registering online for entrance test, and 2-3 days before the entrance test, you are going for a motivation interview. Motivation interview will include just a general conversation with the applicant and instructions how to prepare yourself for the entrance test. So, entrance test is biology and chemistry, 20 and 20 questions, and in successful your completion of entrance test, you are getting an offer from university. If you do accept the offer of university, we are requiring you to pay a registration fee to secure your seat at our university. After university gets the registration fee, we are issuing a study contract that it could be said that is the last document for you to be registered at university. In the study contract, we'll provide obligations and requirements from both sides, either from university and from student side. And we'll ask you to pay a deposit for fee that is included in your tuition fee. So deposit is 1,000 euros, and after you are paying deposit, you are securing your place, and you have some month, or it depends when you are signing the contract. It could be 1 month or even 5 weeks to complete the payment of tuition fee. It will be various if you're applying for integrated study programs that are a little bit more expensive. So we require to pay for the first semester. Bachelor degree programs and master degree programs, they are in study contract. We do ask you to pay the first year tuition fee. When it is done, you are completely registered, and these who need to apply for a visa, they're going and applying for a visa, getting it, and you are welcome at our university. So maybe shortly I'll tell you what documents are required and will make you eligible to start studies at our university. If to apply to bachelor's degree and integrated studies, so I think mostly everybody, you already know that it should be your 12th class certificate. It depends from which board you are getting your senior school certificate. It could be various names, but it should be your graduation certificate of 12th class. It means senior secondary education, and it should be certificate and mark sheet. So please remember that university requires these both documents. After it is presented, so as I already mentioned in our flow chart, that you may move to entrance examination that consists, already I'm repeating, from 20 questions in biology and chemistry. About the English language, so what concerns Indian students, so mostly everybody of you are doing very good in English because you are studying it. It's like some kind of state language, and so it's enough to have a good grade in your 12th class certificate, and we do not require a special document. And if to go to admission to master's degree programs, you see, we do accept bachelors of various kinds, but as well we do accept the bachelor that is like treated like a professional bachelor. But please keep in mind, if you are applying to study master degree at our university and you are presenting the bachelor's degree that is treated like a professional one, so you shall study 1 additional year, like we call in Lithuania, to level your education level to be eligible to start master degrees normally at university's level. So now as I'm speaking, so it could be a lot of questions for you. So of course you are welcome to ask us after the presentation is completed, and I'll answer to you. And if just something you are forgetting, so we are always welcome to write an email to me or to my colleagues. Yeah, so now my colleague will tell you about visa.
Really, I would like to present the national visa D, because all students from India must apply for national visa D before before enter to Lithuania. Okay, as you see, national visa be valid 1 year, and after that, students must apply for temporary resident permit in Lithuania. And Ruta mentioned, but I would like to repeat, students can apply for visa when they paid tuition fee for the first year and they are enrolled to the university. Now it's I think it's very good because students can apply for visa apply for national visa at the embassy of Lithuania or at the visa application centers. At the moment, there are 12 visa application centers in India in 12 different cities, and students can choose one of the cities and start the visa application procedure. Book appointment to provide the documents and get visa. And now I would like to show you the list of documents which students must provide, and it's very important that all documents should be correct, and all documents must have all most documents must be clear and meet all requirements. As you see, first it's application online. Students must to log in and fill up the application online to provide one passport photo. Photo should be colorful. Passport should be valid, and one it's very important thing in the passport must be student's name and surname, because sometimes Indian student has passport with one name, and with this passport we can get visa, but when we come to Lithuania with passport only with name, we cannot apply for temporary resident permit. And we have problems. We need to change the passport and stress and a lot of problems in Lithuania. That's why I always recommend before applying for visa, please check your passport if you have only one name in your passport. Also, students must have health insurance, and the medical health insurance coverage should be 30,000 euros. Students must provide flight tickets reservation, mediation letter from the university. As I mentioned, mediation letter students will get after that they will be enrolled to the university. One new thing is certificate from Check and Verify service. If students apply for visa at the visa application center, they can book this certificate. And it's not mandatory, but highly recommended, because if students have this certificate, for sure their chance to get visa is more and more increase, because it shows that the students are really motivated and students are ready to study at the university and they really want to arrive to Lithuania. Education documents. All education documents must be legalized, and one thing, when you show documents to the embassy or visa application center, you just show, but don't leave your original documents at these institutions. Bank statement. Students must have bank statement at least 4,000 euros. And consular fee. You see, it's 120 euros is visa fee, and 40 euros if you apply for visa at the visa application center. You have to pay the service fee for the visa application office. Okay, as you see, all 10 documents. If you provide all these 10 documents, I'm sure that you will get visa and you will arrive to Lithuania and will start studies at the university. Okay.
Okay, so just I want to say what is on the slides. So thank you very much for attention. But I want to add, maybe Milda, you just forgot one issue to mention. I think it's important about the criminal record. Yeah.
Yes.
You tell. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All students, because when you apply for visa, you don't need criminal records. But when you arrive in Lithuania and when you apply for temporary resident permit, the main document is criminal records. And
I think in India it's called police clearance. Police clearance. Yeah. PCC. Yeah, as it's called. Yeah.
Don't forget, and before arrive to Lithuania, must have this document from India.
And the document should be legalized with Indian apostille. It's obligatory. And now we change the regulations. Previously, it was asked to translate it into Lithuanian language. Now, since it is issued in English, so then just have it and take care that document is valid only 6 months. So if you're preparing to arrive to Lithuania, so don't take it in early spring. Just take it, book it in summer, and just because you see it seems for you that you are arriving, okay, I'm just applying for TRP in 1 week. No, it will not happen, because it's a new place for you. You are preparing and opening bank account and so on, and you'll see that it will take time. So now I think it's a pity, but I do see that our students, so somehow she disappeared. I don't know. Do you hear us, Sihan? It seems that Sihan doesn't hear. She's somehow, it's like she's like a presenter. Sihan, you are here. Maybe the camera was closed. Yeah. So, Sihan, I would like to ask you, maybe somehow I interfered with our presentation in your very nice conversation when you were telling about your studies. Maybe you want to comment more how you were helped by our mentors. How did you get how to say overall assistance during your studies at university?
So basically, obviously, it's a new country, so I don't know how everything works here. So mentors were very helpful. So obviously, first of all, in getting familiar with the campuses, getting familiar with the language building and different buildings where the classes would be, that was the first thing. And secondly, I got help from mentors on the transport issues, because how about getting the Kaunas transport card and how to top it up, how to activate it, all kind of stuff. And they were also helpful with the studies, like helping us with how to prepare for the exams, how to like study, and how everything works in our uni. I can't hear you. You're muted. Ruta, you're muted. You're muted, Ruta.
Sorry. So you didn't hear my question?
No.
No. Okay. So Sihan, I asked you to tell a little bit about our library, university's library, because it was not mentioned in presentation and it was not included in the movie that was shown in the video. So tell me how our library did help you to study. Was it useful for you?
Okay, I would like to say this. Libraries, okay, well, because of COVID, it was bit closed and we have time limitations. But before, libraries is open for 24 hours, which is amazing. So you can go in and come out anytime. And one thing that I would like to add is we have access to every single book that we need to study, and we can even borrow it for for a particular period of time, and we can also extend it to keep it to use it for a longer period of time. One thing I really love about our library is we even get books like Lippincott, Harrison's, and everything, and we could learn from it, which is amazing.
Okay, so thank you. Yeah, so since you are the 5th year, so 1 year left for you to study at our university, yes?
Yeah.
Where do you plan to do internship? will you do it at the Lithuanian hospital, or maybe you're planning to go to some another country?
Right now for the internship, I'm trying other countries because I applied for Erasmus and I got nominated by a university, so I have to use that opportunity. So I'm trying and find places. But in case if I'm not successful because of COVID, because a lot of restrictions are there in place, I'll be doing my internship in Lithuania.
Okay, and what are your, may I ask it, what are your plans to, after you graduate? Do you plan to go back to India, or there are some plans to go to one or another country?
Well, to be honest, I love Europe, so I'm kind of planning to stay here. So I want to be a surgeon, so hopefully either in Lithuania or in a French-speaking country, because I've improved my French language very well. So maybe in Lithuania or in a different French-speaking country, I will be able to do my residency, hopefully.
Okay, so you see that this exchange program did help you to learn the French language, yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so as I'm telling you, paying one tuition fee and getting additional Lithuanian and French languages, yeah, like additional courses, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so very nice to hear about your plans. So, Milda, maybe you'll ask me the questions, because our camera is a little bit far away. I'll try to answer, and maybe then Siham will assist me in answering questions on chat.
Yeah, sure.
Mokytis, want to pursue master, or you give master? So we have a question that somebody asked that wants to study a master in psychology. So maybe I'll answer to this question, yeah? So of course you are welcome to apply to master's degree studies in, as we call it, clinical psychology. But it's very important, if to apply to this master degree studies, you shall have a bachelor degree in health psychology, because in psychology there are various like parts or like fields of studies, and if it is only counseling psychology, like mostly educational counseling psychology, it's not acceptable. Maybe I'm answering in so detail because we have already some applications of bachelor's degree in educational counseling, and it was not acceptable for our master's degree, because as it is said in the name, it's clinical psychology. It's when you are getting a clinical psychology bachelor's degree and master's degree, then you are available after graduation to get a license and to consult people who need exactly psychologist or psychotherapist consultation. Yeah.
Okay, next question is, after fellowship program, can the students apply for master in Lithuanian University of Health Science? Do we have to write any entrance test for MD program in dental, or also any language exam? There is not.
No, you see how to understand fellowship, because fellowship is such a program that is already going after you have a diploma, and we are getting applications from the students who have MBBC. It means Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery, and they may do fellowships. So somehow the question is, one part of the question doesn't relate to another part of the question, because after fellowship, of course, you are welcome to apply to any master's degree program. It depends what diploma you had before, because please understand that fellowship program grants you only a certificate that you passed the fellowship one or in another specialty, but it doesn't give you a diploma like a degree. And if applying for MD program, yes, in dental you should sit an entrance test. It depends what previous education you had. If you had some bachelor related to medical sciences, so you could be exempted from entrance test. But if you're applying again from a high school, yes, we do ask to sit an entrance test. And about language, I already may be told that if people are coming from English-speaking countries and they have good grade in their certificates, either in bachelor or secondary school, they have good grades in English language, So any other document is not required to prove the language knowledge.
Does the BDS students apply for fellowship program?
Yes, so you may apply for fellowship because we have, I think, as I remember, about 46 fellowship programs. So this is your Bachelor in Dental Surgery, so it could be acceptable for fellowship. But again, I want to mention that fellowship will not give you any degree. As you applied with BDC or MBBC, after the fellowship, just you have a certificate, but your degree level will be the same.
Actually, the same question, what is the difference between MC and fellowship?
What does it mean, MC? It is master's degree,
science.
master science. So how to say, what maybe I already a little bit answered to it, that master's degree is like a degree program. You are studying either 5 or 6 years and you're getting master's degree. Fellowship is like some kind like of internship or something. Just you may go to fellowship to some specialty of medicine or dentistry and to improve your knowledge. You are, during the fellowship, you are shadowing the doctor and either a dentist or surgeon, and you are getting like some kind of qualification. No, it's a very good question because I think that it's actual in India to what to do after MBBC or BDC, and it's a little bit complicated. And at the moment, as I know, university is considering, and we are in communication situation with our accreditation institution, and how to do this, that after MBBC and BDC could be admitted to some of a year at university and to get a degree. One of the reasons that it could be not possible is this, that general university study regulations state that if somebody wants to get a diploma of our university, he or she should study half of the studies. One issue, and another issue is that we do have Lithuanian language lectures, classes, and our graduates, and Siham may tell about this, yes, so maybe after my answering, Siham, you'll add that you should able to communicate in Lithuanian language, because then in already 4th, 5th, 6th year, you are going to the patients, and even during the state examination and during the OSCE, you should consult patients in Lithuanian language. So Siham, maybe you'll tell a little bit about the requirements of Lithuanian language. Is it useful for you and needful?
Yeah, so basically, it's compulsory in a university to do a Lithuanian program for 5 semesters, and I've done it, and it's been very useful. And I'm pretty sure right now I have a Lithuanian of B1 level, which helps me to communicate with the patients, ask them the basic questions, take history, and help them with any assistance.
Okay, thank you. Just we have another question. Can a BTech graduate apply for masters in psychology? I do not exactly understand BTech, but on my understanding is Bachelor in technology, yes? Or engineering, yes, it is in India, yeah? Yes, it should be, yes. Yeah. So, and then in such a case, sorry, but my answer is no. Because I already mentioned, maybe I was not very clear, that if to apply to master's degree in clinical health psychology, your previous education bachelor should be on exactly psychology, health psychology. Next. Other than tuition fees. So tuition fees you'll find on our website, and your consultants will answer you. Usually we are telling that it could be monthly expenses, some 400 or 500, I think, including accommodation. If you live in university dormitory, it could be so, because dormitory is about 100. Of course, if each day you are not going to restaurant, it depends. And Siham, how much did you spend each month?
So in first year, obviously, I was in a double room, so my rent was only 100 euros. So 350 was more than enough. But right now I'm in a single room, so I need about 400 or like 450.
No, yeah. So we get given the same answer, yeah.
Yeah.
And the cigarette.
And I will 3 years bachelor degree student. Again, very good question. Will 3-year bachelor degree student is eligible for master's degree? Your question is very general, and India is a very large country, and you have a lot of universities. And of my long practice, I know that not all bachelor degrees granted by any of Indian universities could be taken as making you eligible to apply to master degree at our university. It could be that if it is 3 years bachelor and honors, and it is issued by top university of India, so you could be eligible for master degrees at our university. But mostly these 3-year bachelor degrees were treated as professional one, and it could be required to do one pre-master degree year at our university. But each case should be considered individually. So when you are applying your documents, we are evaluating. If it's not clear for us, we are sending it to Center for Quality Assessment, and they are giving a recommendation and an answer about your education document. There's a question: do you have English taught program in dental, but is dental pro? I do not see the end of the question. In any case, our programs, that what we are speaking about, all the programs that are our slides, and you may read the slides. I think the company will give you to read it. So is taught in English, and the master's degree in dental, in dentistry. Yeah, if you want to go to any more detailed specialization in dentistry or odontology, so then it is already going as a residentship. So after 5 years of studying, getting master degree in dental, in odontology as it's called, or dentistry, but these words are on the same level. You may use either odontology or dentistry. So after getting master degree, you shall go to specialization. It could take 1 or 2 or 3 years of specialization. And to be procured to practice. Yes, of course, there is a special accreditation institution that after presenting the diploma or degree diploma of our university, you are getting a license either to practice as a medical doctor or as a dental doctor. And then, of course, internship is included in the last year of your studies. So you are getting like a license and starting as a doctor's assistant, as we are called, you are doing residentship. Maybe I'll repeat again that fellowship will not grant you any degree. So on my understanding, so fellowship is not needed if to apply to any MD program at our university. So to apply to MD program, it's enough to have good grades in class 12, senior secondary education. So, but for example, if you have MBBC and you want to go higher and to get an our university's diploma in MD, so fellowship of all could be helpful. Next intake. So now we are open for applications, and we'll close our applications for the intake of September 2021 on July 1st. Okay, do you see Siham such a question? From which year on was practical training start for medical students? So Siham, please answer.
So
practical lessons, and classes.
Technically, from first year itself, we do go to hospitals. We sometimes see the patients with the teachers, sometimes we go to see surgeries. So the first 3 years are preclinical years, and 4th, 5th, and 6th are like proper clinical years. But straight from the first year itself, you always get like some sort of exposure. But from 4th year, you get more exposure. You get to do your stuff on your own and stuff.
Okay, so thank you. We do have another question. After MBBC degree, can students do PG? Sorry, Siham, help me. What does it mean, PG?
Postgraduate master, yeah.
Postgraduate, it means like
master
PhD.
program, so yeah, obviously.
Like PhD. Sorry, no. At our university, no, because you see, it's stated in the name of MBBC. It's Bachelor, and if to go to PhD, so it should be a master's degree. So you shall pre-study to get a master's degree, and then you may go to do any research work. To get admission. Oh, I have a very good question. What are the prerequisites to get admission in master's degree in human and animal interaction? So, as you understand on the name of the program, that it's a human and animal interaction. Now it's very popular and how to say up to date in the world that our animals are assisting human beings in various situations. So it should be, Bachelor should be somehow related to biosciences. Bachelor should be related to some, maybe a little bit medical, maybe veterinary studies. But of course, it can't be so that people are coming who studied, for example, civil engineering, and they want to do master's degree in human and animal interaction. Their previous studies, former studies, should be related to biosciences, to biology, and to some kind of veterinary. So as we see, questions already expiring. It's going to the end. So Siham, maybe you want something to tell, maybe you forgot something or no. So I think that we have a very nice, good hour of communication with our future students in India. And so maybe, Siham, you want to add something to invite
Yes, I also want to say that we have more practical studies than lectures oriented. We also have lectures, but we have more practical. We have labs. We do more stuff in simulation centers. We have hybrid labs where we have mannequins and all of the models. We are given different scenarios and act like we have patients in real life and how to assist them, how to perform procedures and everything. So yeah, if you come here, you definitely would get enough knowledge to be successful in your medical life. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Siham. Okay, so we see that, there's some questions. No, what we may say, that it's improving. It's improving. As you see, we are two colleagues. We are both vaccinated and we are sitting face to face. And Siham, you are the student as well. You had vaccine, yes?
Yeah, I've got vaccinated.
You already have double or only one till now?
So basically right now most of the studies are online, but we have certain classes where we do face-to-face, like we go for H labs, sometimes we go to hospital. Next month I have a hospital training, so that would be completely in the campus.
And there's a question, does the class is conducted, as you answered, in campus or online? So you answered already, and as I know, the authorities of university do plan to start studies in the coming September, as we say, in a normal mode. It means that maybe the very large auditorium lectures, it will be online through our platform Moodle. But all practice works like anatomy, histology labs, practice works, everything will go in the class, because in Lithuania, it's already announced, and already these documents who are legally staying in our country, foreign people who are staying legally in our country, they may register and they may get a vaccine. by this, our government wants to improve the pandemic situation in the country. Now, day by day, cases are decreasing in our country. So don't be afraid. If you are asking current temperature, so for today it could be now about 15 plus. Please, yeah, 15 plus in Celsius. But you see, this spring is not like very common. It's a little bit cold. And about maybe Siham will tell, how do you feel in our climate? How it is winters, autumn, spring? How it's for you?
Yeah, well, I saw snow for the first time after coming here. Obviously, I enjoyed it the first time, but it was really cold for me as I come from India. I'm not used to that kind of cold temperature. But to be honest, I do love snow. It's amazing. I think it's amazing. And obviously, when I'm in winter, I obviously wait for the summer. And when summer comes, we go out, we eat, we do everything. And like you said, this year, spring is a bit cold, but usually it goes up to like 25 degrees and everything, and it's amazing.
Okay, thank you. And maybe just as continued question about the human and animal interaction. So what your possibility and opportunities to find a job. So I think there are good opportunities. Just it's a little bit specific speciality, specific profession. And if you're finding any place as to go to help with disabled people, to train dogs or other animals. If you're going to work, it's possible to work where it's going to the board services than in a military service. So there is various possibilities, and it's for sure then I may say like a very modern profession now in the world. And one more question is any quarantine period for international students? Yes, Milda, maybe you tell about the actually coming students.
10-day in self-isolation. The main requirement at the moment.
And as it was last year, so university is providing the premises for self-isolation, and even last year autumn, maybe it was more complicated pandemic situation, so even we provided the meal for free. I don't know how authorities will decide this year, coming September, but since situation is improving, maybe conditions will be another. Oh.
How many months did you have option?
I think after getting your diploma, you can apply for extension for 1 year.
Yes, it's correct. Yeah, 1 year. Yes, Milda, we are getting like valid temporary residence permit for 1 year if you just to fix your accommodation, to fix maybe to find a job or to fix your documents and so on. Of course, you should not like for Siham, should not forget to apply for it. Yes.
Yes.
Course which university? You see, to explain the fellowship course, it could be an additional webinar how to explain the fellowships. I think it's better than maybe consultancy agency will give you my contact, or I'll forward to one of our international coordinators. She's taking care about fellowships, and she will tell you, because just to tell about 46 fellowship programs, so it will take half a day. Yeah. So we do not have any information from our hosts because 1 hour already passed. We answered a lot of questions, made a short presentation. I think that as well our students' stories as well were very much useful.
So which year students can apply for Erasmus Exchange Program? From second year, you can apply for Erasmus Exchange Program.
It was an exchange program. Yeah, it's again questions, yeah. So as I already started to say, so that maybe we already closing our webinar, Siham. And if there will be any questions, those our future students, they have seen you, they're getting your email. So don't be surprised if you are getting any questions, or if they are writing to me or to Milda, maybe we'll transfer to you. So now I want to thank you for your attention for our Ghost, our consultancy agency that is working very successful in India and providing and sending very nice students for us. Again, thank you for our students who told her experience, and we are saying goodbye and looking forward for your applications on our application system. You have still 2 months to apply, to present your documents, and to be successful during the entrance examination and to start studies. Siham, you wanted to tell something? No, maybe raise the hand. Yeah, okay. Okay, so thank you and bye. Bye. Maybe it will be another webinar. We'll meet again. Thank you very much. Bye. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.